Alright guys, so we have some bombshell fucking news coming out right now about Dragon Ball Super. Now, real quick before I get into this crazy news that's going on, I do just want to make a quick programming note. I'm not going to talk about this very much, but my Dragon Ball Super episode 93 review was blocked by Toei Animation. I believe this was a mistake. I think they were probably targeting, uploads of the episode on YouTube, and they saw that my review was 30 minutes long and just assumed that it was the episode, so they blocked it. So I will beat that copyright claim. It'll take 30 days. So I just wanted to point that out to tell people where that review went. The review was only 30 minutes long because I had so much to talk about. Episode 93 was jam-packed. But anyway, let's get on to these spoilers. This is some crazy stuff right here. I don't know how else to say it. Big shout out to Ken Zyro on Twitter. Usually when I do these videos lately, I've been using Ken Zyro scans and stuff. So obviously, as many shout outs as possible to him. I will be sure to put the link to his Twitter in the description if you guys want to check him out, which I recommend doing because not only does Ken Zyro do great work translating for the community, but he's also a really funny dude. Like, his tweets are gold. I love following him. Shoutouts to him, and let's get to it right now. Alright, so first we have episode 94 right here. This is this weekend's episode coming up. Evil Emperor resurrected, mysterious assassin awaits. So it looks like what we had all seen from some spoilers and stuff is true, and that's that Universe 4 and Universe 9 are kind of going to try and take down Frieza. What we have here is Goku, who succeeded in recruiting Frieza as the 10th member of the Universe 7 team for the Tournament of Power, heads over to fortune teller Baba's house to meet resurrected Frieza. So I guess, but however it is that Baba gets to the other world and then comes back to the living world, maybe she uses some sort of portal or something at her house. I guess that would make sense because when we see Baba and Vegeta appear in the Buu saga, kind of the like the desertish kind of environment looks a little similar to where Baba's house was in Dragon Ball. So I think that's a big possibility. So Goku will head there to meet up with Baba and Frieza. And then meanwhile, Goten and Trunks head over to the island Android 17 protects, and other members make their final adjustments before the tournament starts. We saw the preview for the next episode. A lot of shots correlate with this info, so everything here does seem to be on the up and up. Next, we have episode 95. Goku and Frieza unite, Trap of Universe 4. Members of Universe 9 visits Earth of Universe 7 to target Frieza. Goku and Frieza don't intend to make it a long fight and are forced to fight together. Meanwhile, Katella, who is the god of destruction of Universe 4, who was watching their fight, comes up with a secret plan. Alright, so there's a lot to talk about here, actually. Especially since my Dragon Ball Super episode 93 review is kind of not able to be viewed right now. I'm going to redo some points I made in that. And the big thing, of course, is that Frieza, basically the reason Frieza is joining Universe 7 is that Goku basically told him he could use the Earth Dragon Balls to, resurrect himself, to wish for him to be brought back to life after they win the Tournament of Power. Now, obviously, the Earth's Dragon Balls cannot grant that wish twice. They cannot revive someone twice. Not like the Namekian Dragon Balls can, and I'm sure the Super Dragon Balls, which are stated to have no limitations, can as well. So, Goku knows what he's doing. I know everyone likes to say Goku is the biggest fucking dumbass in the world in Dragon Ball Super, which is true. I honestly believe Goku knew what he was doing here. He gave Frieza the okay to use Earth's Dragon Balls, knowing in his head that Frieza could not do that, because Goku was told by Piccolo after the Resurrection F arc ended that Frieza used the Earth's Dragon Balls to resurrect. So Goku was aware of that knowledge, that Frieza was resurrected with the Earth's Dragon Balls, and so Goku is also aware that Frieza demanding the Earth's Dragon Balls plays right into Goku's hands because Frieza can't do that. So Goku knows. So that leads to the next episode. Episode 96 here. Emergency again, the last warrior is him. Frieza leaves and joins Universe 4 instead, so Universe 7 is one member short yet again. Since there's not much time left before the tournament begins, Goku goes and joins the other 9 members of the team, and he is also there. So, it looks like somehow Kitella, the god of destruction from Universe 4, is going to convince Frieza to join Universe 4 instead of Universe 7. This is interesting. I think the reason Kitella will be able to do this is somehow, I'm not sure if maybe Goku will discuss it with Piccolo or Vegeta or them. Like, he'll mention that the condition Frieza has for joining the Earth's Dragon Balls cannot be used to resurrect him. Kitella, maybe with his spies, overhears this, tells Frieza, and Frieza decides to join Universe 4 out of spite to try and take Goku and them down. That's my guess, personally. I, however, have to say, I don't like this at all. If they were going to go through the trouble of bringing Frieza back fucking again, at the very least, now, like, Frieza and Goku were forced to work together. That's interesting. This is something different. But instead, we're bringing this cocksucker back so he can fight and be a villain again. Fighting Goku and Vegeta again. We did not need this. This is so unnecessary. I mean, they really need to have something clever in store for Frieza to do this. It was a nice, cool little thing. Oh, all of a sudden, Boo's not on the team. Oh, shit, Frieza. Like, this is really interesting, really exciting, but I really hope the writers here, Toriyama, Toyotaro, and Toei Animation, they better have an end game planned out here, because right now, this does seem very helter-skelter. What I'm thinking here, here's my guess. This could be wrong. In fact, there's evidence that this is wrong, but I'm going to go ahead and put this out here anyway. And I'm also going to make this my thumbnail just because. Notice how it says the last warrior is him? My official guess I'm going to go with is that it's Future Trunks. That's what I'm going to say. I don't know how they get Future Trunks back. I do think Beerus would be okay with it, considering the dangerous circumstances they're in. I think Beerus, time travel is bullshit, blah, 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 blah. The alternative is being erased. And Kaioshin said, Zeno-sama said 10 members, so it's either 10 members or you're fucked. So I can easily see this being Future Trunks. Now, there is evidence that it is actually Yamcha and not Future Trunks, which we will get into, again, courtesy of Ken Ziro. Huge shoutouts to him. I'm going to say I think it might be Goku. Or, again, I think it might be Future Trunks. Now, a lot of this stuff is kind of leading up to this. Remember how bizarre it was? Trunks leaving at the end of the Trunks saga and going to a timeline where there's 2 Trunkses and 2 Mais. Something about that was so weird. It didn't sit well with me at all. Then the scene where he says bye to Gohan and everything, it just didn't sit right with me. Even if Trunks doesn't come back in this saga, I do think we will see Trunks again in Dragon Ball Super. The way he left was just so weird. And tell me, everyone, listen, what would be more fucking hype than, episode 95 happens, Kitella convinces Frieza to join, then the preview for the next episode, Goku, we just see the Goku voiceover, and it's, oh, Suge, you're here, what a stroke of luck, but they don't actually show him. Then episode 6 rolls around, Goku goes back to Capsule Corporation, and motherfucking Trunks is there. Future damn Trunks. That would be so incredible. Everyone would lose their minds with that. Again, there's evidence that it's going to be Yamcha and not Trunks, but my mind, my body, my heart, I am ready for this to be Trunks instead. I'm going to go straight with my passion right here, and I'm going to predict that he is Future Trunks. Okay, so moving on to episode 97. Who will survive? Tournament of Power finally begins. Boom! Here we go. So finally, let's take a look. Unless an episode is, like let's say in 2 weeks there's a break, maybe because of some Japanese thing on TV, they don't show an episode. Unless that happens, the Tournament of Power will begin, episode 97. Let's take a look here. So June 10th is episode 94. June 17th is 95. June 24th is episode 96. So right now, it looks like the date of the Tournament of Powers beginning is July 1st. It will be episode 97. The Tournament of Power will finally begin. So this is what? 4 months of build-up to the Tournament of Power. I'm excited here because it definitely looks like we're not just going to fucking rush through this. We're going to take our time and make sure the arc is good. I am very pleased with this. I'm not so sure how I feel about the Frieza stuff. Let's see how it plays out. But I do like the direction they're going in. It just is getting so wacky, so out of left field. The longer I think about it, the more I like it. So here we go. 8 universes gather with their gods and warriors in the world of Void, where the Tournament of Power will begin at last. Then the Grand Priest reveals a shocking fact. The warriors who fall off from the arena will disappear from existence immediately. Now, this is really weird to me. So basically, warriors who get knocked off the ring will be killed, is what I'm seeing right here. But they're not allowed to kill in the tournament. Like, that's a strict rule. You cannot kill in the tournament. But throwing someone off the ring counts as them being killed. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, as soon as you toss them off the ring, they are dying. So it's just a very odd rule for Zeno-sama and the Grand Priest to put down. This is, like, really weird. There has to be something more to this. Because, like, remember, we had that scene with Frieza, too, where Frieza's like, oh, yeah, can I kill people? And Goku's like, no, knucklehead. And then Frieza's like, all right, well, I guess I'll have to endure it. Like, they're really this is becoming a talking point. Usually in shows like this, they don't, like, talk about something like this so often, only for it to be nothing. And Dragon Ball doesn't use red herrings very often. The first time I could think of Dragon Ball using a red herring was Goku Black, people thinking that he was a golem and all that, the episode 58 where Whis told that story that turned out to not be true. I can't think of other times this has really happened. I mean, I guess maybe androids 19 and 20 not being the actual androids Trunks was talking about, but I digress. You guys get what I'm saying. This is interesting. Also notice that episode 97 and 98, these descriptions and spoilers mention nothing about who him is. So that's the other reason why it could be Yamcha. It's pointing towards Yamcha, but I feel as though it's a bigger character than Yamcha. People are not going to be, busting nuts over Yamcha being in the Tournament of Power. But guess what? There's another character, Future Trunks, who people would be busting nuts over. So let's take a look at episode 98, title Undecided, which makes sense since the tentative date for this episode is July 8th. That's a full over 30 days away. We have title Undecided. The universes are divided into 2 groups, those who made a deal with Universe 11 and those who didn't. Goku is enjoying the situation as members of Universe 7 are targeted by many warriors. Now, this is interesting. Remember we saw that scene where the Universe 11 Kaioshin was kind of discussing with the other Kaioshins, ways to, just kind of talk about what they should do. And they all kind of told him to fuck off. And now it looks like he maybe was able to talk to some of them, or maybe they're all going to join up and try and take out Universe 7 quickly. Who knows? We'll see. Now, I also want to bring this up. Again, this is all by Ken Ziro right here. I saw him tweet out that he was hesitant to put these spoilers out at first because there was a lot of fake spoilers, I guess, for other animes and manga released today, but he decided to do these because there's evidence that points that it's all true. There was also a tweet that someone made towards one of the writers asking if they wrote episode 94, which in this leak right here, it said that guy had wrote episode 94, and then the writer actually tweeted back and confirmed, yes, I wrote that episode. It is a very good episode. It was Yoshitaka Toshio who confirmed that he wrote episode 94, which leads a lot of people to believe that a lot of this is true. So here's just some thoughts Ken Ziro has on a lot of these episodes that kind of makes him think they're true. We know that based on what we've seen from the preview in episode 93 of episode 94, Goku and Frieza being together does make sense. For episode 96, Yamcha's voice actor tweeted that he worked hard on upcoming Dragon Ball Super episode. This him might be Yamcha. This does make sense, and there also was a sketch or a scan of Toyotaro drawing Yamcha, and it seems like he's kind of walking in the same kind of pose as a lot of the other characters, kind of like the Universal Survival Arc preview shots. So it looks as though they might have, plans to insert Yamcha possibly in a lot of the promotional material. I don't know how to feel about this. I really honestly do hope it's not Yamcha, but there is evidence that supports it being Yamcha. Also, for here, episode 97, according to the band Laco Tower, a new DBS ending song is confirmed for July 2nd or July 1st for us in the West. Because remember, Japan is already in Sunday on Saturday night when we're watching the episode. So July 2nd for Japan, July 1st for the West. Is when episode 97 will air. It makes sense to have a new ending song for when the tournament begins. Yes, I completely agree, although I am a little disappointed because Boogie Back, I love. It is probably my favorite of the Dragon Ball endings thus far. I also did really like the second ending, which played during Goku and Beerus's fight and led up to like the beginning of the Resurrection F arc. But Boogie Back is great. I definitely will miss that. And then here's what Zyro has to say about episode 98. Kai was previously seen trying to come up with a strategy for the tournament. Not a big proof of this being legit, but it would make sense if he made deals with other universes. Of course, he's referring to the Universe 11 Kaioshin right here, who was trying to make those deals like I mentioned before. So based on everything, a lot of detective work done by a lot of different people, seems like this is all legit. Myself, I am gonna go. I think him will be future Trunks. I hope it is. I saw some people maybe saying Cell, and I do just want to pump the brakes on that. One more reason I mentioned that my Dragon Ball Super episode 93 review was blocked is I went on a long kind of talk about how, remember, they were talking about with King Yama, how Frieza is having trouble passing over his soul, and he's kind of like stuck in Earth's hell, and it's frustrating King Yama. Based upon a discussion we saw between Majin Vegeta and Piccolo in Dragon Ball Z, your soul kind of purifies, releases all the evil, bad shit you've done, and then it's reincarnated into a different being. So Cell would no longer be Cell anymore. Frieza is a special case, evidently, who's just taking a long time to be purified. Remember, of course, the purification machine we saw in Dragon Ball Z movie 12, the Gogeta and Super Janemba movie, with the evil purifying machine breaking and creating Janemba. So I don't think it'll be Cell. The most likely choice is Yamcha, but I think there's a good chance it's future Trunks because the hype train will explode like never before if it's Trunks. So, what do you guys think? Tell me, do you like that Frieza's a fucking villain again? Do you like that Yamcha, Tien, and Master Roshi might be staples of the Universe 7 Tournament of Power team? What do you think?